Hey there, Aries. It's Drew from Flames the Phoenix Tarot card, providing you with your January update. I've been sending apologies throughout all the different card signs, actually. So January started off with quite a few requests for a year-long reading, so it took me a little bit longer to kind of get through those readings. And now here I am doing the recordings for general readings for the month of January. As you can see, I've already done the shuffling and the distribution of the cards. I received feedback from some of you that was like, you know what, we just want you to just like jump in on it and show us what's happening. And then this way, the cards are kind of giving more of a storyline versus just the flipping of the cards. For today, I used Paws Tarot as my first reading, or the first cards I got distributed. The second is the Simpsons. I received this as a Christmas gift, so from an Aries, actually. And then the final one is the Light Seers, an oldie but a goodie, so that I'll be using that for you today. When I was doing your cards, the one thing that I had coming through was the circle of life, like Elton John style. So I don't know if that resonates with you at all, but it definitely resonated with me when I was doing your card population for this morning, for your monthly reading. It just like the circle of life, the things that are happening are all meant to happen. You're currently at where you need to be at. Like these are things that just came through my head as I was doing your reading for today. So let's just start. I kind of want to start in the center and work outwards. Originally I was going to start here, but then I was like, this is something that's going on at the core of who you are. So this, and you might also notice too that there's, a lot of clumping that happened. I don't know how else to say it, but when I was shuffling, like 5 cards would come out and I was like, okay, 5 cards are coming out. And then shuffling more and then like 3 cards came out and I was like, okay, let's just own it. Let's just do it. Let's just see what happens. So let's start here in the center. So the center is the wheel. Circle of life, wheel of fortune. Hey, what? That's pretty. let's just mic drop, Edward, done. But the wheel of fortune, the wheel, and it's reversed. So it's like things are going the way that maybe you're not necessarily anticipating, but they're happening for a reason. So that's the only. I just got a shiver. I love doing these. Again, I read cards intuitively, so again, this is why sometimes when I read things, you're like, that's not what that card typically means. But for me, that's what I'm hearing and what I'm seeing. But I just, for some reason, it's like this card, it was like, we need to start here. So the Wheel of Fortune telling me reverse that there's things happening. Maybe you don't like what they're doing. Maybe it's time to take stock, but again, it's happening for a reason. I'm just going to move the card here to the side so I can go through the batch of cards here. So this was a batch. So 3 of Pentacles, home, heart, health, things that are stable, things that are good. Ace of Pentacles, learning of a new foundation, building foundation, also having the right people. I like this one because it reminds me of the Ninja Turtles. So there's the 4 turtles and there's Splinter there across the top. So typically fighting with yourself, fighting on the journey, wondering why you're doing what it is you're doing, and just cursing the world. Like, I am so done with dealing with life. Can I just have a pass? Well, no, the whole point of being in a life is to have the journey through the life as well. So let's see what's also happening here. So King of Swords and the Magician. The Magician usually means that I'm right, but it's reversed in this case. So it's that kind of tells me that maybe there's some other people that you need to rely on or support to get the information. But the other imagery for as I roll my eyes, the other imagery for the Magician is the usage of all the different areas and sources of power that you have. So maybe it's time to revisit and maybe try something different. The King of Swords says that you're smart beyond your years, you should know what you're doing, you know what you're talking about there. So maybe it's just a matter of listening to your own voice rather than the voices of others. But still like and subscribe to this, please and thank you. I would really appreciate that. I'll put that back here for you. Let's go to the bottom here. What's the ground here? So 5 of Swords reversed usually means annoyance, frustration, a little bit of anger, but it's reversed. So it's almost as if you have learned how to cope with those mechanisms and you're not always getting the headaches and frustrations, but more so having a little bit more clarity. 10 of Cups, look at that. Lisa and Milhouse, they're getting married. That's probably Milhouse's dream, right? But this is definitely, or is that prom? That looks like a prom to me, actually, more so than a wedding. But the 10 of Cups is like reaching emotional fulfillment, receiving what you need, family, health, loyalty is what I'm getting as well. So if you've been struggling with people, maybe now's the time to cut cut the strings if you need to. The Empress followed by the Four of Pentacles. It's like, I know what I need and I know that I can do that. And that would be the best way to describe those two cards together. I love that it's a major arcana card, taking care of the house. So it's like the Empress knows what she needs to do, and masculine, feminine energy as well. So it could be either or. Over here, what's starting here is the Queen of Swords. So I like how there's a lot of femininity here. So Queen of Swords, again, you know what you need to do. I always kind of chuckle with this card because first off, I love the imagery of the card. But what it's also showing us too is that, the flags have air through them. So there's air going through it. There's some like strength and unity that you're dealing with, and also maybe some decisions you need to make on what you want to do in the future as well. Aries, let's look here. There's a little bit of a clump of cards. So the world, maybe it's a bit of a theme here. It was just so funny because when like the circle of life coming through, it's definitely like the world is reversed here, but maybe it's things that you're needing to work on, or it's the pressure you're placing on the following cards. Death reversed. So there's no change happening because you're not sparking the change. Four of Swords, kind of stagnant in what it is you're doing. Six of Cups, there's people around you that are noticing that you're kind of frustrated, but you're not doing anything about it. And if anything, it's causing discontent, it's causing hardship. And see, there's that little bridge there to the house, the castle ahead there. It's almost as if nobody's calling on you and you're not calling on anybody else. And it's kind of lonely. I'm kind of getting lonely vibes from that as well there, Aries. Why are you lonely? What's going on? Are you missing out on something? Let's go to this patch here. Nine of Wands, so the removal of your prison, the growth and development that you're creating for yourself and that of others. The Empress, I like that. Empress is showing up here too. So somebody that is, I love how this looks like birth, creation, and that the woman appears to be pregnant. So it's like you have the world within you. It's now a matter of manifesting it. King of Pentacles, reverse. So maybe there's not some stability in the house and you're like, I need some change. So the only thing that can change is you. Like if you are staying home on a Friday night, then go out on a Friday night. If you're going out a lot on the Friday night and you are noticing that it's exhausting you, then stay in for a Friday night. The Ten of Pentacles is saying that the house can be stable. It's going to be like there's nurturing vibes there, definitely for sure. The Three of Pentacles reversed. This is home, heart, and health in my mind. And with it being reversed, it's like, are you content with what you have, or are you looking out for something that you need? Finally, Four of Wands, celebration, rejoicing. It's like you're almost prisoning these components. Like we're trying to remove these things of who you are or what you are, or even the construct of them are causing you friction, is what I'm hearing. It's like you have a certain idea of what that should look like, what a relationship should look like, what the house should look like, and maybe you need to redefine that and figure out what it is that you truly do want. Upper corner here, let's see what we got. We have the Page of Cups. Sideshow Bob there is singing and saying, I am not done yet. I am happy. I need to do what I need to do. Look at that, the Tower. You also have the Tower here as well, so we'll talk about that there. But here, it's like, usually the Tower means that there needs to be change. And Marge is, she reinvents herself. So for those of you that don't watch The Simpsons, I'm like, where have you been? But it's like every time you see Marge, it's like one of the strongest character developments in all of the Simpson history, because she tries things out. She's not afraid to try things out. Four of Cups, Millhouse, again, looking at what cups are full versus the cup that's empty. And I'm seeing here like he's stomping on the card, the cup that's, that's kicked over. But it's like, look at, there's still 3 cups there that are full. So kind of appreciate what you have. The Death card always symbolizes rebirth. So maybe there is a way of looking at things differently that you just haven't had a chance to do that introspection before. Grandpa Simpson, look at that. He almost looks scared of the plant. The plant is growth and development. That's who we need to be, how we shed ourselves, how we grow, how we see ourselves differently. The Witch. Okay, so just as an FYI, so these cards have some also variables, so they're not always following the traditional arcana cards. So the Witch here is, are you taking time to actually, get your coven, Get your people. Get the people that are supposed to be around you. Are you spiritual? Like you're listening to this tarot card reading with me. So what are you doing to manifest your own destiny? What are you doing to manifest your own magic that's within you? The card of balance, the card of blanks, pardon me. Another Simpson card that doesn't have any traditional meaning to it. So with this card reversed, it's almost like these two cards, they don't really have connection to the major arcana world, but it's like, if this is you needing to be intuitive, think for yourself, think on your own, get your coven together, it's like, find out who you want in your coven. Who is it that you need? What does that need look like? And then the Justice card. So I've always loved Homer. With Justice card in this case, look at that. Homer's like, do I have to listen to the angel? Can I listen to the devil? But again, this is where you get to make those choices in life. What does that mean to you? How do you look at justice? What does justice mean? Maybe it's a reevaluation of what it looks like for you. So let's just look here. We've done these cards here. So the Tower card is a decision. It's like, what are you wanting to do? And the Hermit card as well. So the Hermit card reverse, it's like, it's time to get out of your shell. It's time for you to get things going. It's time for you to do some movement. I also like too that it's like a checkered floor there. And that checkered floor, it's like, take the right steps. Like, just take a step. It doesn't hurt to take a step, especially with the tower across there. It's like saying to you, what do you need to do? The Hierophant reverse is like, it's time to reinvent. That's the best way I can describe this card for you, because when it's like this, it's like traditions, norms, routines, but it's upside down. So it's time for you to be a different you. It's time for you to, shed the skin like a snake and move on. That's the best I can do there for you today for my fellow Aries. For Aries there, Sun, Moon, and Rising. If you like what you saw, please subscribe, share, comment. I do provide private readings as well at $40 Canadian, so that's always a saving for American counterparts because you save on the dollar exchange. But that does it for me. I wish you all a fantastic month, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.